If you were to ask me what's the most confusing thing on earth, it's definitely the human mind. So I got bombarded by a quiz just like a few days ago. That did not go great. But there goes that guy. Please, 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 please jump down. Please jump down. I need you to jump down, sir. Please. Land. Yeah, see, I'm the best player. This is why you should watch me. Thank you very much. Actually did not doubt myself a single second there. Anywho, in the past few days or the past few weeks, I went to like 2 social events at my school, at my university, and both of them were icebreakers because we're at the start of the term and people are just getting to know each other. And man, it's just like, I go to these icebreakers thinking I can meet some new people, and it's just like, then I realized something. It's like every time you try to meet someone, you don't know what their intention is. It sounds a little off-putting, but basically, when I talk to a person, you go through that small talk, but then afterwards, you're like, do I really, like, it feels like no one actually wants to be friends in the icebreakers. Like, no one actually cares about, like, maintaining that new established friendship, like, having chats afterwards, like, that's the strangest thing to me. And you should get off this guy. Oh. I guess he's still burning. Ladder? He's stuck on the ladder. Now this might not always be the case. Oh wow, we have a spooky game going on. I don't know what that means, but it might not always be the case where you find someone like that, like a bad person. But it's just like, it's kind of tiring to go through the whole process of like those small talks and getting to know someone, and then later to just realize that they're not actually like that interested in you, if that makes sense, like just like as a friend. And honestly, it's just like, I don't know, I definitely get burned down by these social events because you have to do a lot of talking. I'm not saying talking is like not fun, but it definitely takes some energy. Well, at least for me, there's like knockback 2. I'm gonna have some fun with this. You can die to knockback 2. No, I guess you don't die to knockback 2. And oh wow, what the? You cannot just sneak behind me like that. Come on, that's very impolite. You're gone from a single projectile. Isn't that kind of humbling? But yeah, it's just like, I never know what people are thinking, or maybe I just overthink too much. Wow. I mean, obviously, sometimes you still do end up meeting like one of those people where you do want to keep socialized and keep connection with. And when you meet those people, you feel like attending that event is all that worth it, or like it was worth it for you to go to that event because you ended up meeting this friend where you feel very like connected to. Oh my, please. Thank you. I was actually pretty low HP. Could have fought me dead on there. So anyways, even amongst friends, like I've realized that like it's actually pretty hard to maintain a friendship if the other person has no intention in doing so. Like even with your like people that you thought you were on good terms with and like people that you thought you knew pretty well, it's weird, but like you can still easily just like lose that connection if they don't spend the effort into like maintaining conversations over like a period of time. That's what I've realized in college. It's just like, let's say your high school friends who you thought were like some of your best buddies, but then they don't actually hit you up unless you hit them up, kind of thing. And yeah, it's pretty exhausting, honestly. And I try to look for people who do like appreciate or like do actually spend the effort and energy to like look for opportunities to hang out. I think those are like true friends, if that makes sense. But those are definitely, those are super rare. And if you have one of those, like good for you. And also like one time I was asking a friend to like hang out, and this honestly disappointed me quite a bit. Essentially, I texted them like whether they wanted to do this or they wanted to do this activity with me. They didn't respond for a really long time, which is honestly perfectly fine. I thought they were probably just busy doing something, but they didn't respond to me for like 12 hours, and then I ended up seeing them on like the campus of my uni, and that just like confused me a lot because clearly I think you have time. And what's really weird is like after I saw them, we even spent time like hanging out. Like after I saw the person on campus and we even hanged out for like a few minutes, actually an hour. We like sat around for an hour. They clearly didn't have much going on, but they didn't respond to the message, nor did they mention seeing the message. Like honestly, and they went on their phone. Like they definitely went on their phone, and they went on their phone in front of me. So they definitely saw the message. Like during that time, they didn't mention about the message whatsoever, and that was pretty off-putting because I thought that would make them like realize that they should probably like talk something about it, like whether they or not they want to go to do this activity with me. And well, obviously there's also the off chance that they didn't see my message, but it's very low, very unlikely, because they had time to go on their phone and everything and look through their DMs. Like that was a very vivid memory of mine. Like it was very clear that they actually had time to do that. And even so, even if they didn't like check the messages, it also kind of shows that you're definitely not a priority amongst their other friends or other people. I don't know, it's kind of like negative thinking, but in a way it shows you like how high you are on their priority list, if that makes sense. Because if you're really close friends and you really want to hang out with someone, I feel like if you see the message you would definitely respond right away. Anyways, that's like I think that's nitpicking, and also it's not like a huge deal. It's just I feel like if a person doesn't want to like do something with me, I would much rather have them to like say outright like, oh, I don't feel like doing this with you, rather than like holding it in and like responding it really late, if that makes sense. And yeah, that has been like one of the things that happened recently for me. And it's just like, I guess communication errors. Like a lot of times I don't know what the other person is thinking, but at the same time I can just ask, and that's probably the best way of like avoiding misconception. You know, all I'm saying is like if you have like a question for someone, you should probably just ask them. That's honestly like the best way to handle things, instead of just holding it to yourself and wondering what they might be like thinking. You know, that's my experience, is just ask them ask what they're thinking. Be like bold, and just get your answer, get your response. Otherwise you're gonna be like thinking about the most negative thing on earth, and it's just not gonna be good for your mental health. Anyways, that has been it, guys. That was like a little rant from what I've been feeling, but honestly I've been taking it pretty well, I think, and hope you guys have a fun time watching this. If you like, dislike if you dislike, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.